But basically, what I want to talk about today is teaching yourself how to control your emotions, being more in control over your emotions. You want to know why these emotions are happening. You don't want to be clueless. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm crying because I'm crying, or I'm mad because I'm mad, and you don't even know the reason, or you don't even have like an actual reason to feel these emotions. Also, with that, you also want to try to understand what emotion you're experiencing. Like I said, a lot of people just don't know what's happening when they feel these emotions. Sometimes it's like overwhelming at times, or just too much is happening where you're not able to like fully comprehend or fully like just take it, because most of the time when it comes to these type of things, most you always want to take like a step back, gather the information around you, take a breather. If you want to be in control of your emotions, obviously, like I said, you want to know what causes your emotions, and then you want to also identify the emotion that you're feeling, whether it's positive or negative. Also, care when it's necessary. Obviously, I'm not saying, don't care or just, don't give a shit about anybody or their emotions or anything, but care for people who care for you, and you don't want to put yourself out there for people who, just are not going to do the same. Like I said, only care when it's necessary. It's a lot easier to only focus on one person than it is, multiple people. Stop letting people affect your mood. I know most of the time when we're hurt, or most of the time people that are affecting our moods are usually people close to us, people that we care about, people that we love, or sometimes even people that we wouldn't even think would even hurt. But nevertheless, we are humans. People make mistakes. People we love, people we care about, people closest to us are always going to hurt us, and we're always going to hurt them. It's literally the way of life. It's up to us how we take it, more or less. Once you start letting everybody and every little thing affect you or ruin your mood, your mind's going to always be messed up. You're never going to be like at peace. You're always going to be fighting with your emotions. You're always going to be like down, not at 100%, because you're letting these people bother you. And I mean, who wants to be bothered, right? Especially by people that we love or care about. We don't nobody needs anything negative like that in their life, and especially by people that we love and care about. The more you know, the less it hurts. It's better to be prepared and to expect than to be, get blindsided by something unexpected or something that you should have seen coming. Stop wasting your time trying to prove people wrong. Not even engaging or wasting your breath or wasting your time is probably the best bet sometimes. Most of these times, like, depending on the situation you're in, it's usually never worth it, or it's something that doesn't need to be dealt with right then and there. And I feel like you just waste a lot of time and effort because everyone just wants it done there at that point in time. Why argue, right? They've already convinced their mind, and I feel like at that point there's literally nothing that you can do that's going to change their mind or make the situation better, especially if they're literally fully convinced that their way is right. Then at that point you're just going to waste your time, waste your effort, waste your breath. You're going to get, put yourself in all kinds of different moods, and for what? Trying to prove to someone, and what? To try to prove someone wrong, and for what? You're literally, it doesn't even matter. They're never going to accept the fact that they're wrong, or it's literally just not worth it. Trust me, it's better just to not even say anything, or just to leave it alone. Not everything deserves a fight, not everything deserves an engagement. Learn to forgive people as well. Forgiveness is a really hard trait to acquire. You hear people hold grudges for their entire lifetimes until it's like too late, and then they realize, the thing they were holding their grudge on was like not even worth it. It was just pointless. Controlling your emotions can help you benefit in many ways. Obviously, everybody's different and unique in their own ways, so not everything's gonna work the same for everybody. But you're literally just gonna have to figure out what works for you. I mean, everyone is going to have to. That's the only way you're able to control your emotions. I know this one could be a more difficult one, because I mean, we most of the time we do this subconsciously or unconsciously. Most of the time we let our emotions get the best of us. I fall victim of that. I'm sure everybody else does. It's in human nature. The main thing is, to have the self-awareness to understand that, okay, this is what's triggering me. How can I avoid this from happening? How can I avoid these triggers? Finding out our coping mechanism, our sweet spot, our relaxation. It's a very tough thing to do, but once you've mastered it, you can do anything. But just find a way to take it one day at a time. Progress is progress. But that's where I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I'd like to hear you guys' feedback in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.